this has been my living nightmare, and I'm good at everything else as far as the 10 spokes in that wheel for health. Sleep's always been my nemesis. So I think I know more about sleep than anybody on the planet because I've read every book on it. The book that I would recommend that you guys read is this one here. How many people have read this book before? Yeah, turn that phone off, please. Thank you. Oh, I need Wim Hof too. That's another person. Dr. Barkey, have you read this book before?
I have not.
It is really, it's in my top 10 best books I've ever read. So, yeah, so it says a lot. I think my issue is that, probably my history, a little bit of my history, going back to the 70s and on through, if anybody can just elaborate in your own imagination. But also, I just think I know too much, more than I want to know sometimes. And yeah, then there's stress to life. Everybody's got stress in their life, right? Does anybody not have stress? Okay. I've had more stress lately than I've ever had in my life, so that's probably another reason. But there's a lot of, in fact, I slept amazing last night. I slept straight through. So give me an applause. And I'm going to show you why I think part of that is I didn't use my ceiling fan last night. And I think part of the electrical frequencies. I'm super sensitive to all that stuff. I mean, I could be somebody that could detect EMF. I can tell you that right now. And you laugh, but I mean, we used to have a rule in here. You guys remember the no cell phone rule we used to have? Some of you are really great about that, and some of you suck. But that's okay. And I used to be like really hardcore. I would go up to purses and check your purse. I could tell if you had a cell phone in your purse, or you were. And then my staff started getting down on me. So, and then it got so hard to try to like. Excuse me. Come on in. Welcome. You're not that late. I haven't really even started yet. I'm just having fun at everyone else's expense is what I'd like to do.
No problem, okay? No, not at all.
So I kind of gave up on that one, even though I think that frequency from your phone. It's a big day tomorrow too. Everybody's got to be in the ocean tomorrow. What time? 11:30? Is that?
Yeah, 11:20.
We're all gonna get fried tomorrow. You guys are
Have you heard about that?
No. Especially if you got the shot. Nobody in here got the shot. I know that because you wouldn't be here knowing me.
You turn it off and you cover it.
What's that?
You cover it. You can use foil paper.
No, I'm just gonna go surfing. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about stupid phones. You guys, this is your phone.
Surfing all day?
Huh?
You're gonna go surfing all day?
No, I'm not going all day.
So what happens tomorrow?
I don't know
2 to 4.
Tell everyone what happens
what's
tomorrow.
happening tomorrow.
That's Eastern time. If it's
Oh,
11,
that's
it's
right.
11.
They're gonna fry everyone with 5G.
It's 11 to
Just
1.
leave it at that, okay?
11 to 1 here.
11 to 1 here.
Okay, you can believe me or not believe me. I've been telling. In fact, every time I've been busted on the internet, it's because I talk about 5G. We're probably already down right now, aren't we, folks? We are going live across the world here. For some reason, that they don't like that 5G thing, and I've been studying that stuff, and then we're going to 6G next. All right, so how many of you are on our email list? Okay, better question. Who's not on the email list? You guys, new people, you should get on our email list. Do you want to get that
Let me find
going?
it.
That's Lynn. Let's give it up for Lynn.
Hi.
She helped me out. That will get you signed up for all the upcoming workshops. And then, I don't know if you guys have checked out drbillydemos.com for a little spicier side. I've been kind of a little reluctant to do any videos lately because I'm working on myself. But everything is there. But it's a little bit more... it's not so PG as that. Well, I'm not even sure I'm going to be PG tonight. Okay. All right, so inadequate sleep can quickly sabotage your efforts at getting healthy and losing weight. I mean, I'm really big on chiropractic. You guys know that, right? And I'm really big on eating, right? Everybody knows that. And I'm really big on drinking clean water. I'm really big on detoxification. I'm really big on... Did my breath work this morning. I'll do it again tonight. I'm horrible at meditation, even though I'm trying to get better at it. But to me, these two people over here, if there's one thing that affects my health and my attitude and my disposition and my motivation, it's my sleep. That's why I'm so hardcore about making sure that I get adequate sleep. Sleep is a major cornerstone for energetic, joyful. I mean, like somebody said that to me yesterday. They go, "Are you okay? You don't seem like yourself." I go, "I just didn't sleep good Sunday night." I mean, I go through these cycles. Some nights I sleep good, and the next night it sucks, you know. And I've really worked on decreasing my caffeine intake. I don't really eat much sugar. I've been doing the carnivore diet. How many people are on the carnivore diet with us on here? Got a few people. Carnivore hybrid diet. So, and the big reason I talked about this in the last workshop, your brain needs to detoxify through lymphatic drainage especially when you get into deep sleep. And I talked about the Aura ring that I had for a while, which I chucked because it was predicting how my day was going to be, and I didn't like that about it. And I got really good REM sleep. I just didn't get a lot of deep sleep. So, not sleeping enough is a big problem in this country. Over the last 40 years, Americans have, on average, sleep 2 hours less, but it's not just about quantity, it's about the quality. So that's what I'm talking about, the different phases of sleep. I thought that used to be in this workshop, and I didn't even see it in there. Maybe it's in there somewhere, because I have some of my Aura Ring stuff in there. Exercise, detox, nutrition, grounding, PMA. Be happy, right? Everybody got up this morning and did their gratitude list, prayed to God for an amazing day, right?
What's PMA?
Positive mental attitude. See, I thought everybody knew that, but that's a good question. Anybody else have that question? Or? All right. In men, 5 hours of sleep decreases testicle size. Well, that's not good. Lowers testosterone to someone 10 years older. That's not good either. And ages you and decreases your virility. So it hasn't affected my testosterone level any, and I won't say anything about my testicle size, but it does affect my overall attitude, though. Why women need more sleep than men? Why do you think? Because you guys are smarter, right? We're just stupid dogs, right? Guys are just dogs, right? Admit it, right? Research has already proven that insomnia is more common in women than in men. And it now seems that women also need more sleep than men to function normally, according to researchers at whatever university, Sleep Research Center. I need to go to a sleep lab. Has anybody been to a sleep lab? I think we should all do that. That'd be fun. The reason women need about 20 minutes more sleep a night than men is because their brains are more complex and work harder throughout the day.
That's funny.
Women's brains are wired differently, so their sleep needs will be slightly greater, says Professor Jim Horn, Director of Sleep Research. Women tend to multitask and do lots of, I was multitasking a lot today though, and are more flexible, and so they use more of their actual brains than men do, okay? That's good to know, right?
No, I'll do that.
In average, the last 70 years, 1942, average sleep was 7.9 hours. Now it's 6.5 hours. We are the only sleep-deprived creature throughout the 4.4 million years of whatever evolution. I'm not going to get into that whole philosophy, but we sleep a lot less than any other animal, according to that. Okay, how much sleep do you need? Well, I'm glad to say that I am now out of the 9 hour, because I'm now 65, so I'm in the 7 to 8 hour sleep here. And I assume as you get, the thing about getting older is, who's old like me? You guys aren't old, but you're like me. Have you found it's harder to sleep as you've gotten older? No, not you.
Oh, yes.
Okay, who else is? Do you find that it's gotten harder for you to sleep as you've gotten older? A little bit. Okay.
You
Barky?
look young though.
Yeah.
I do?
Yeah, you look young.
It's the haircut. Right, Dr. Barkey? Dr. Barkey, what year?
Sorry, I was nodding off.
But do you ever have problems sleeping though?
Yeah.
You do?
It's more stress related than anything.
Yeah, well, you're going through some of the same stuff I am. Roderick, do you ever have any problems sleeping?
I sleep well.
Yeah, you go to Disneyland and walk around all day. Okay. Did you get your x-ray done, by the way, Betty? Okay, good. See, this stuff does happen around here. All right, melatonin. So typically, your body makes its own melatonin, so that's one of the reasons I don't like you to take it unless you have to take it. I did take some last night. Maybe that's why I slept so good. But does anybody ever done melatonin and they feel like they have a melatonin hangover the next day? Yeah.
You have to be careful with that.
Oh, I know.
Because the percentage for what our body produces is like 0.0, 0.3 something, and a lot of melatonin is like 3 milligrams or 10 milligrams.
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't really even out well. So you have to be careful.
Right. I would rather just sleep without having to take any type of nutritional product, which I'm taking one right now. It's got all kinds of great stuff in it, like valerian root and ashwagandha. All right. Hippocampus. I talked about this already. Is the information inbox that gets cleared when you REM sleep. When REM sleep files move to cortex. Basically what it's saying is that when you get REM sleep and deep sleep, it clears that box out. And when you're sleep deprived, it doesn't happen. Okay? Your kids' school, or even when we were kids, they found out that kids that got up a little bit later got better scores in school. So 8 hours of sleep versus sleep deprived resulted in 40% decrease in
I have a
learning.
question. When we're talking about hours of sleep, is that uninterrupted or does interrupted count? If you go back to sleep.
I think it's probably just total, but I think if you got uninterrupted sleep, it would probably be better in the long run.
Right.
I mean, I got that last night, which
Wow.
is something rare for me.
Yeah.
I think for me, if I limit my beverage intake before bed, that's one of the big things. So I make my thing of chamomile tea with lavender in it, and I don't drink it unless I wake up in the middle. Then I'll have a little bit, but I didn't even drink any of it last night. I have a full friggin' Yeti full right next to my bed. All right, which I wasted. I wasted it. All right, so you can see if the kids got up at 8:30 a.m. versus 7:25 a.m., their scores were up 212%. And then learnings increased. We already talked about that 40% with sleep versus being totally sleep deprived. I mean, I don't know, you guys. Even driving sometimes when I'm sleep deprived, you feel less connected. I do.
Able to
I do.
react. Yeah.
What's that?
Not able to react. as
Yeah,
quickly.
I just.
Yeah.
Your brain gets lazy. All right. So, if you get less than 4 hours of sleep, you have you potentially have a higher 11.5 times the rate of having a accident versus getting regular sleep. And obesity also is affected by loss of sleep. There's those two hormones. What were they?
Cortisol.
No, I think it's next. No, it's what is it? That's ghrelin and what's the other one? I think it's coming up in here somewhere. There's two of them, and they intersect. So if you don't get enough sleep, your weight will obviously, you have a higher potential for obesity. Sleeping pills increase death and cancer. We don't want you on sleeping pills. Obviously, that's not a good way to handle things. And then if you're into sports, I was watching that Michael Jordan special the other day. It was actually pretty good. I was getting anxiety watching it, though. I shouldn't watch that kind of stuff before bed, but NBA player performance with more than 8 hours of sleep versus less than 8 hours of sleep, we have an increase playing time of 12%, 29% increase in points per minute, 2% increase, well, 3 point, that's not really that high, a 9% increase in free throw percentage, 37% increase in turnovers, and a 45% increase in fouls committed. So if you're into performance, which we all are on some level, the better you sleep, the better you surf, right? Or whatever your sport is. Also, you're going to have a higher potential for injury if you're not getting enough sleep. At 6 hours, your chance of injuries, it says 75% higher than if you got enough sleep, according to the Journal of Pediatric Orthopedics. 4 hours of sleep deprivation decreases natural immunity. So that's the big thing, is your immune system. I think one is the brain for me. I want the brain to be cleared. Two is I've never really had a problem with immunity. That's why I've never gotten sick in all these years. I'm not mental. I have mental sickness, but not. Then you're not laughing at me.
Sorry.
She knows me. That's why she goes. He's right. Okay. Here we go. Thank you. Sorry. I'm glad that came up because It's leptin. And where's the other one? Does it say it on there? It's right here. All right. Short sleep increases buildup of beta amyloid leading to, we don't want that, okay? We don't want beta amyloid. Again, cannabis and CBD products will help break some of that down because it also helps lower inflammation. Did you try that product I gave you, doctor? It's good?
It's magic.
Okay, good. It wasn't too tasty or too spicy?
It doesn't taste good. It's a little spicy, but it works.
Okay, good. Demolishes immune system, activates stress chemistry. Everybody knows about stress chemistry. I can't talk tonight. And I got enough
And
sleep.
you slept.
And I slept. And I didn't surf. But I did work out today. So this is a fight or flight chemistry. So that's what, when you're getting adjusted, what it does, it typically takes you out of that fight or flight and puts you more into a parasympathetic state, which is what? Rest and digest and procreate, right? So the number one thing I hear from you guys on the interviews that we do at the 12th visit is that you all say that the majority of you, 90% of you, say you sleep better. So if you're not getting adjusted and you're wondering why you're sleeping, and especially for me, upper thoracic adjustments will really lower my sympathetic dominance. I mean, the minute I get that adjusted, I can almost feel dramatic relief from that, and also upper cervical stuff. And a lot of you are shaking your heads, so maybe some of you are sleeping better since you've been getting adjusted, okay? I didn't even finish this. Increased appetite by decreasing leptin. So satiety is like when you're full, and increases ghrelin. So ghrelin. Okay, gremlin, whatever. So there's that balance between those two, and when you're not sleeping enough, it throws that balance off, and it's going to increase your appetite. It's going to make you want to eat more, okay? And how many of you are doing the intermittent fasting? Okay, he's done amazing with, in fact, they don't even recognize him at his job anymore, right? He's doing so well with weight loss, and you just look like a completely new person. Yeah, so I typically do intermittent fasting on days I work early. I did it today. It's easy. Just get a little coffee going, And then I had lunch before I went to the beach at 12:30. Just a quick shake. All right, so silent sleep epidemic. The new thing that's coming down the pike, like I told you before, is Alzheimer's. I've already working with some people with strokes, diabetes, depression. Yeah, I don't feel good when I don't sleep. The only thing I'm thinking about is going to bed and getting a good night's sleep the next night, which sucks, okay? Everything else has been easy for me. Daylight savings. You guys seen this before, daylight savings time? Your chances of heart attack go up 24%. 24% increase in heart attack when we lose an hour of sleep, and we have a 21% decrease in heart attacks in fall when we gain an hour. So just program yourself to get to bed a little bit early when we spring forward, right? You don't want to have that heart attack. All right, eating better. Yeah, if you eat crap, like all types of what? Excitotoxins and
processed grains, sugar.
yeah, all that sugar. So we're all just eating steaks, right? Steaks and eggs. I had some fish today for lunch. I'm having some tuna tonight. I got to get my mercury level up in my brain, right? Okay, it's already high enough. All right, so how many of you guys use any type of CBD products? Okay, great. Dr. Barkey got some last time. I sponsored him on some. I do this every night. It's part of I'm going to go through my ceremony with you. It's like a religious ceremony that I do before I go to bed. But the first thing I do is I do my milligram of the CBD, the 5,000 milligram one we have out front. If anybody wants to talk to me about that later. It also helps lower that sympathetic dominance a little bit. Helps with stress. And it's just a way for me. And then I do some Serenity. You guys know the Serenity stuff? I don't do the capsules. I do the drops. And I got some other stuff for you guys here too. I got some gifts for you guys too. Okay. So CBD before bed, right? And then you want to create a sanctuary. So I'm going to show you this is how crazy I am. You going to see how crazy I am?
Oh God, please.
Okay. So this room right here is probably has the least amount of EMF out of probably any room in the entire state of California. So these walls were all painted. This is all painted black with that carbon-based paint to block out the EMF. And then I used to be really weird. I used to have like some drywall I would stick into the windows that had the paint on it as well. So there was nothing coming in that room at all. I had the carpet taken up, and the floor was painted, the ceilings were painted. It was basically its own huge Faraday cage. But I got a better idea than this because this just seems like. But rather than putting the drywall in, we've learned that we can just tint the windows with this FBI surveillance tape or tinting that blocks the EMF out as well. Okay. So the bedroom. So I'm glad that it's getting colder. Is anybody else glad it's getting colder? Because it's hard to sleep when it's 74, 75 degrees out. So my room is basically just set up for sleep. I have like I told you guys last time, I have a battery operated alarm clock. So there's no electrical wire there. I do have a diffuser in my room, which I run the frankincense through. I do read, but I'm going to start reading with the blue blocker glasses at night. Okay. Reading a book on cancer because it's a book by Ty Bollinger. You guys know Ty Bollinger, Truth About Cancer? Okay. In fact, we just wrote an article for them, and I got to get
Just posted today.
Thank you. So go to the Truth About
Go see
Cancer.
his article.
Yeah, it's called The Seed, or is it The Seed or the Soil? No, it says
It's not the seed.
it's
the
not
soil.
the seed.
It's
Thank
the
you.
soil.
Okay, good. Yeah, my whole house my garage is even clutter free. I look at people's garages, I go, that's a nightmare in there. I'm kind of weird about that kind of stuff. I don't like clutter. And then I have a red light in my room before I go to bed. Does anybody else have a red light to kind of just get you in that mood? I have great sheets. Not that kind of red light. Sure. Okay. All right. Well, that helps too. There's no question about that. Okay. And then my room's pretty friggin' quiet too. So, and then I run the relaxing scent, which is the frankincense. All right. My bedroom is always cool enough for me to need covers to be comfortable. I like that. My bedroom windows, I have basically shutters, which are dark colored shutters. My room is pitch black. I don't have a bed partner right now, so that's not anything. The only bed partner I have is all the squirrels in my friggin' brain, okay? There are no ambient noises or lights in my bedroom. Plus I'm going to show you my outfit that I go to bed with. I wear one of those eye masks every night before I go to bed. My alarm clock doesn't have it. It's an old school battery, so there's no light coming from that. I would never take my laptop in there. I don't have a TV in my room. It seems to be like weird that you don't have a TV. I don't understand. I barely have a TV at my house. I invest in comfy I've got a great mattress. I got great pillows. I use both of these pillows right here. Anybody else have cervical pillows too? Okay, good. Which supports the curve. So I will do. Oh, I do have the beamer in the room. I forgot to mention that. But it's got a battery to it too, so it's not hooked into wires. And if I do need to charge it, I'll charge it during the day. And then I will do the beamer on the sleep setting. And I will do the 4-7-8 breath work on the beamer. And I'll usually be out before the beamer even ends up giving me that little alarm that it's been done. Yeah, and if you have problems with noise in your neighborhood, then you can get some of those earplugs. You guys know which earplugs I'm talking about? I'll show you because I have a picture of them here. My home is also really quiet. Yeah, my house is perfect, and I feel safe and secure in my bed. You guys feel safe and secure at your house? Mm-hmm. Okay. I have a full, I called it the Antifa gate system that I built around my house. You guys remember Antifa? when the whole world was, I thought the whole world was going to go to hell, and so I figured I'd make my place like a fortress, and you couldn't get into it. So, and then somebody convinced me to put all those cameras around the house. What are those?
The ring.
The ring. That was you that did that, huh?
Blame me.
And that thing goes off all day, the rig camera.
Yes, it does.
All right, there's the beamer. Anybody else in here have beamers? Who's got a beamer? You guys love them?
Love it.
Okay. I'm addicted to it. I do it in the morning too.
Every day, twice a day.
I do it 2 at night with no plus, and then I'll do it on 10 in the morning.
10?
I do 10. Turn it to 10.
Put it
I
on
could
your
turn
head.
it to 11, but there's not an 11 on it. And that's when I'll do the Wim Hof. That's how I wake up in the morning. And then I go, after that, I go jump in and take a nice cold shower first thing in the morning. Okay? Anybody else take cold showers? I gotta get one of those friggin' immersion tanks. Do you have a cold immersion tank, Dr. Barkey?
Not yet.
Not yet. Have you done it?
I have.
I mean, I do it all the time in the ocean, but you know,
There's no spas where you can do that.
I know, but I want to do it in my backyard.
I mean, that's like,
Yeah.
That's right. That's like, yeah.
All right, you got. I talked about the pillow. Everybody use cervical pillow. Be mindful. Transport yourself. Breathe. Try to take a relaxation exercise. I just read is what I do. Okay, and then I do my breath work, and then I mean, I'm usually by the time I've been reading for a half an hour or so, I'm starting ready to kind of doze off, and then I will just put the beamer on and do the breath work. I don't do the bath, so. Has anybody? I'm just not a bath guy, but some people recommend that you take an Epsom salt bath, a nice warm bath before you go to bed. Caffeine, that's the big one for me. I don't do screen time at all before bed. And here's what I've learned. The number one thing that I think I've learned that's really helped my sleep is the earlier I go to bed, the better off I do. Because I used to be the friggin' night owl, go to bed. We used to practice music in here till 2 o'clock in the morning and go home, and I would already be jacked up on espresso and wonder why I couldn't get to sleep at night. But I've learned that if I get to bed even like sometimes as early as 9:30, do I sound like I'm getting old? Okay.
It's late for me.
Huh? That's late?
Yeah, that's late.
I mean, I don't even eat. I mean, look at the time I'm going to get out of here tonight. If I'm out of here by 8 o'clock, I'm lucky, and then I got to go eat and stuff. You know, I got to, have a little bit of a life when I get home. Okay? And I got to read a little bit. I'm kind of excited about this new workshop I'm working on. It's not only going to treat cancer. It's going to be, if you can treat it, why not? Let's prevent it, right? Doesn't that make sense? All right. That's the goal. There's the earplugs. And I also wear these earplugs religiously surfing. So if you know people that surf, I would also recommend that you protect your ears surfing, because all the surfers, especially in the right ear, does everybody know why the right ear gets affected more than the left? Because the wind blows out of the northwest typically. So surfers will get increased bone growth in their ears. So people will say, well, it's too hard to surf with the earplugs. Well, the thing is, once you learn to surf with the earplugs, it's hard not. It's almost impossible to surf without them now for me. Plus, it also cuts the chatter out. The only problem with the earplugs when you sleep is, guess what? You can hear your heartbeat a lot. Okay, so if you've got, I don't know.
That's for my heart.
What's that? Just try it. All right, I got the sleep patches too. I didn't realize there was going to be this many people here. All right, these things are great. The only thing I kind of was starting to have problems with, that it would also, when I would wear them, I would have such deep sleep that I would have nightmares.
Yeah.
So I had to cut back on them.
What is it?
It's a patch.
But what is in it?
I don't know what's in it. I mean, it's probably just placebo, you guys. Give it a break. Okay? So I got a few of these I can let you guys try. You get one of the other. So these are the REM patches, and these are the Silent Nights. I have a few of these in here. So this is, what's that? They're patches. So let me show you right now.
Oh yeah.
I am like the. Just relax.
What workshop is this again?
So I got this on here. These are LifeWave patches. I wasn't sure about it. I'm still not sure about it. And I asked Hank about it last night. Hank Williams is one of the smartest. He works for. And then I have this one here, Nirvana patch, which helps with my mood. This is helping. These two help balance my energy. And then I got the X39 on my neck with an A. I've got 5 of them on. I know. I'm a junkie, okay? If it works, it works. Plus, I get a good deal on them, okay? And then I'll take these all off before bed. I'll do Serenity drops over my temples, okay? And I put it right here over my heart. And then I'll do my big toe up to my foot a little bit on both feet with Serenity drops. And I put a drop of Serenity right here on my tongue. But that's after I've done my Calm. Do you guys know the Calm? So I do, everybody like, who said that at the Freedom Crusade? He said, Dr. Murphy said that, we're all magnesium deficient. I am not magnesium deficient. I am probably ODing on it because I do not only the Calm, but I do the magnesium glycinate for cramps. Does anybody ever wake up with cramps in the morning? I had one of those the other day, and I just, yeah, so you do the magnesium glycinate. And then I do the magnesium threonate for what? We learned this at the brain workshop for your brain as well. So I'm taking all different types of magnesium. Yes?
Doesn't Brazil nuts and walnuts have magnesium?
Yeah, but I'm not eating nuts right now.
No?
No, because I'm doing the carnivore diet.
Oh, wait.
And those are seeds, and seeds are one of the things you stay away from in that carnivore. And I'm just doing it, I've only been doing it since November, so I'm going on a year on it, okay? And last night I went off a little bit. Is that okay?
Of course. Everything in moderation. Including moderation.
I had broccoli last night. I had broccoli and I felt it. Again, it's probably the placebo effect, right? All right, so I've got probably enough patches up here so everybody can have one of, not one of each, but one of whatever you guys, either the LifeWave or, and I don't even know if I can get these anymore.
Where do you put them?
Good question. No. You put, okay, what side do you sleep on? If you sleep on, so I sleep on this side typically, okay? Because I got an AC set here that gets aggravated by sleep. But then I also have this, I got a lot of snowboarding injuries. So don't snowboard, surf instead. So I sleep better on this side. So I was told to put the sleep patch on the temple on the side you sleep on. This patch here goes on your arm right here on the side. There's a picture on here that shows you where to put it. Okay? I wear both. Okay, I wear 2.
You've got 10 on right now. Yeah.
I've got 5 on. Okay? All right, here's my new, this is my new.
Yes.
Who's that masked man?
Okay, those are my new pajamas, okay? Those are
That's not a
silver-lined pajamas. What's
It's
that?
like a burglar to me.
Yeah, I'm full burglar.
You stole those pants.
I am a full-on criminal against the system. All right, so those are silver-lined sweats. They're not really sweats. They're a little more like pajamas. It's got a hood on it. I bought these in case there was like a full meltdown out there and you had to go outside and it was like everybody else was getting fried. But I will put that EMF meter that I have. Have you guys seen my green EMF meter? You can like measure the ambient EMF and it's going crazy. You put that thing under that and there's not even a peep on that thing. There's not even a bit of it. So they work. The only thing that's exposed are my feet and my hands and a little bit of my face. There's also a beanie that goes with it. So I wore that last night. That's why I like that the temperature's coming down because then I'm more comfortable now. I know, I'm crazy.
Did you get that from Les EMF?
I don't know where I got it, but yeah, I'm sure they have them there.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
a bunch of clothes.
They're not cheap.
No.
No, they're not. It's like $300 for that outfit, right? Those are the $300 pajamas. Okay.
Wow.
So if you don't need to get to that level yet, then you don't do it. There's the magnesium requirements. Also been dousing up on vitamin D. What's your opinion on taking vitamin D, Dr. Barkey?
I think it's important to have a high vitamin D level.
Yeah,
I think it's best to get it naturally.
yeah, I
Sun,
agree with you.
Cod liver oil, salmon, and then if your natural efforts don't get it to 60 to 80,
Yeah,
then taking vitamin D with the K vitamins is okay.
right. That's what I do. And I've been taking vitamin D before bed because I just had my blood test done, and I'm blown away. But only my hands and my head get tan because I'm always wearing a wetsuit. And I do try to go relatively. I don't wear shirts very often when I'm at the beach, or even out. Like people see me out in the public and they don't even recognize me because I'm usually wearing a tie in here. See me outside of here, I've got board shorts on. Who came in here the other day and had board shorts and a t-shirt on? They like me better that way. Yeah, but my vitamin D was 40. And then I started doing the supplements and I got it up to 150, which is considered too high. And then I've read books where they think that vitamin D levels upwards of 300 are normal. I don't know. What's your opinion on what's too high for vitamin D?
Above 150.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get vitamin D toxic.
Yeah.
So as long as it's 150 or below, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
My goal is 60 to 80 though.
How do you measure it?
You just have it done with blood work.
Simple blood test. It's pretty.
What's
cheap.
too low?
Anything below 50 in my mind is too low.
See, I would say 100, but that's me. I don't know. I've read a lot of different books on vitamin D as well.
LabCorp class. Lab.
Yeah, LabCorp. And then I've been taking different types of probiotics. People give me all kinds of stuff that I take. And one of the things I've been... That's all right. And then I'm not, like I said, if you don't need to take melatonin, then don't take it. But I'm trying everything I can to make sure I get good sleep. There's the Serenity Drops. There's the CBD. What else do we got? The hyperbaric. Anybody else? I know Roderick, you did the hyperbaric. Aaron, you did the hyperbaric. Who else is in here has done hyperbaric? You've done it? Okay.
Can that be opened from the inside?
Yes.
Do you panic?
Yeah. Well, you could just call us on your cell phone. We can come and get you out. Where you think you're going to panic if you go in there?
But yes, you can undo it yourself.
You can.
Yes.
There's a lot more space than you think.
Yeah, but the thing is, if
Sure.
he doesn't have the
He needs to undo the pressure first.
Yeah.
And he can do
yeah, but
that
he's got to
too.
turn it off first. So he's got to have somebody turn it off.
No, you can, no. Because I remember when I was in it, you just take down the pressure and unzip it. It's okay.
All right. You're probably right.
People are safe.
All right.
there.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just
Feels like a tent.
it feels like a tent.
Feels like you're in a tent.
Yeah.
It's not that.
And it's real roomy. It's,
Yeah.
like you said, it's
Yeah.
way more than you think.
You could have a party in there if you wanted
Yeah,
to.
but 2 people in.
Picnic.
All right, coffee. You guys already know that stuff. Blue light. I talked about the glasses. I don't stare at my phone in bed. I have to admit that I got a phone, and it's like almost like I feel like a sellout. You guys think I'm a sellout because I got a phone? Yeah, you're all shaking your head.
No.
I feel like I'm a
It's
sellout.
way too practical.
All right. And then I have my morning ritual, which what I do is I get up and I make my coffee. Okay. I also have water before the coffee, so I drink some water. I've got back onto doing the apple cider vinegar and lemon juice with the vitamin C thrown in there. Sometimes you get sidetracked and you don't do the stuff you do. I get my coffee and I will go and just sit in the sun and just go through a gratitude list, which is good for me. As long as the neighbors don't come and bug me. And I also, at the night before, I actually pick out my clothes for what I'm going to wear to work. Does that sound weird? That's only on Mondays and Wednesdays, or Sunday nights and Tuesday nights I would. So tonight I will have my clothes laid out for tomorrow. Okay. I think that's pretty much everything here. So the 12 tips. Stick. If you're going to take a picture of a slide, this is the one you want. Stick to a sleep schedule. Get on a regular regimen. So I'm going to go to bed at what time tonight? I'm going to go to bed at probably 9:30, 10 tonight. Okay? After I eat. Is there tacos left, by the way?
Yeah.
I got tuna tonight. Exercise is great. Who exercised today? Nobody else? You guys didn't exercise? For me, like what I did one day, because I knew I needed to sleep, I just surfed for 4 hours. And when you surf for 4 hours, or you snowboard really hard, like when the one time we went to Mammoth, you don't have any problems sleeping when you really push yourself physically, okay? Caffeine and nicotine. You're going to avoid both of those. I don't drink, so I don't have to worry about that. That used to work good back in the old days, though, when you couldn't sleep. You just a little Jack Daniels would get you to sleep. Then about 3 hours later, you go, well, I need some more Jack Daniels. Okay, that's why I don't drink. Okay. Avoid large meals and beverages late at night. Okay, I'm not going to eat a large meal, but I'm going to eat probably around. We'll get out of here at 7:30. I'll probably eat around 8:30. I'm going to go to bed pretty quick after that. Don't take any medicines. Don't take a nap. I'm not good about taking naps anyways. Is anybody good at taking naps? Relax before bed. That's when I read. I'm not taking a bath. You guys can take a bath. Make sure your bedroom's dark. Have the right sun exposure. And don't stare at. Don't wake up at 3:30 in the morning and stare at your ceiling fan from 3:30 to 7 o'clock in the morning like I've done before in the past.